that would make more sense then, I guess.
Then a woman speaking out versus a man getting ready.
Yes, women being disagreeable, right? Which is a masculine trait, by the way.
Okay.
Versus men getting dressed, taking a long time and putting enormous amount of resource into upkeep, which is a feminine trait. That's why I use the two. Does that make sense now?
I understand what you're trying to say, but I
that's
feel
what I
like
was
it's
asking
not
earlier.
Let her finish.
God damn.
It's okay. You can go ahead, baby.
No. You were talking first. Go ahead.
Let her go.
Finish your thoughts.
I feel like a better comparison would be
Let's hear it.
like
I believe in you.
Get her notebook.
no, you guys keep throwing me off.
Guys,
Yeah.
let her think, please. Go ahead. What's a better comparison, you think?
Instead of a man getting ready, maybe like a man showing a better feminine traits than getting ready. I feel like getting ready is not a feminine trait. I would say maybe asking the girl to pay for everything. Like that would be a feminine trait that a lot of women have a problem with. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me here, but I feel like getting ready isn't that big of a deal. You look good, babe.
This.
Like, okay.
All right, you're using a more nuanced thing. Okay, cool. How would you feel about a guy asking you to pay for dates all the time? Would that
I would
annoy
feel
you?
like that's a feminine trait. Yeah, that
would
would
that annoy you?
irritate me. But I also don't
Fucking
think
fantastic. We're annoyed by you guys arguing with us. Like, it doesn't matter.
So only men argue. Men are argumentative and problematic.
No.
That's what I was asking.
Being problematic is a
was-
man trait.
That was my first
Got
question.
it, girls. Got one
No,
point.
it's because when you, as a woman, right, when you're with your partner and you're arguing with him, what you're essentially doing is you're challenging his masculinity to some degree.
Oh, you
Now
want
I
an
get it. That's what I
understanding?
was asking earlier.
That is why, right, men don't like argumentative and disagreeable women because that is a masculine trait
That
and
was
men
my
don't
first
like
question.
that. So I guess for
Well, it
you,
goes against the
getting dressed
masculine
isn't that
trait,
important
is
to you.
really
Like
what
to
it
you
is.
look at it like, okay, it's not that negative. Okay, then we can go ahead and switch it up. He asked you to pay for dates. That would be a feminine trait that you would not like. Cool. That same level of disgust that you have for him saying pay for the date, that's how we feel about arguing with y'all all the time. Does that work out for you?
All right, sure.
What the fuck?
Every time, roll over,
Listen.
show the belly.
I swear to God,
It's like beating a dead horse.
Tip
I'm over
$50.
it.
Yeah.
It's not beating a dead horse, it's that we had to
1980
use
ranted
a
from
very-
Rumble
My
and
bad.
says this panel full of airheads.
like
Colombian
talking to a
bimbo
brick
2
wall.
down from Fresh is a prime example of how Western culture pollutes the mindset of women from traditional countries. MLD, I'm sorry, but there's nothing here.
Oh, he means you.
Okay.
I love
so
London.
what do you mean? How's it talking to a brick wall when I have to understand your argument to be able to refute it and respond to you?
He's giggling. It's like it's you're not understanding where I'm coming from. is
I
what I'm
absolutely
saying.
understand. Why do you think I was able to ask you the question and rephrase it for you?
Rephrase it for me.
Yeah, I said, okay, cool. The guy wants you to pay for dates. Let's switch it around to your worldview. Does that annoy you?
agree to disagree. I don't think that being argumentative is a masculine trait. I feel like that's just a person
That's
in
a
general.
human
Like that's a
trait.
human trait.
When you argue,
My point.
right, all the time, that means you're disagreeable. Correct?
Which is a masculine trait.
All
But
the
when
time.
men disagree with men, is that masculine?
Yes.
Okay, valid.
Yes.
So when y'all argue with each other, it's
As
not
a matter of
feminine.
fact, again, I wrote a book on this. A big reason why men make more money than women in general is because men are less agreeable. They're more disagreeable. So if you're more disagreeable, you're more willing to go to the boss and say, I need a raise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I need to make more money. They're more willing to negotiate for better wages than women are. Being disagreeable is inherently a masculine trait.
Okay.
So when
So
we
what about-
disagree for money and we want a higher raise, that's a problem. That's a masculine trait. So we shouldn't do that.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying it is a masculine trait.
But
though.
you said you don't like that.
Men don't like masculine women, no.
So you wouldn't like if a woman was like, "Hey, I want a raise. We should just not talk."
You're not.
How you convey to your employer versus your man are two different things.
yeah.
I'm not your boss.
Yeah.
Well, in
But
household,
isn't
yes, but
that
not.
the example that he used was saying that they can get a higher salary because they talk to their boss. They're more
Yeah, but that's
demanding.
a workplace example versus a home example.
But so it's different if we do it with each other than other people. It's not masculine if you do it with other people. It's only masculine when you do it in a relationship.
It
Right.
still is, but you're missing the
But does
point here.
that bother you?
You're
Yeah.
missing the whole point here.
Yes.
So we shouldn't ask for a raise. I'm confused. So should we speak up or should we shut up?
How you're using the disagreeableness in this is out of context because you're saying I'm going to be disagreeable to get a raise, and we're talking about within the context of a relationship, which are two different use cases for disagreeableness.
What if a man
Okay,
lacks
but-
that?
Wait, does that make sense to you? First of all,
Makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
What if a man lacks that?
Lex, what?
the disagreeableness that y'all are saying? Does
That's
that make
on
him
him.
less masculine?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So because he's what if he's like
well,
a
some
calm
men like being
he's
more submissive too. So
yeah,
then the
like
woman
what,
gets
wanna
the
make him
masculine
that's
the guys who watch
like,
your
what
shit.
what if he's like more calm? Like what if that's just his demeanor? You know, does it make him less masculine because
Controlling your emotions and being controlling your emotions versus being disagreeable are two completely different traits.
Okay.
okay? I guess what I'm trying to say is. Because you just said something about when a man and a man is arguing, then like basically like that's okay. What if he's not one of those men that you know enjoys arguing or like to argue or can use arguing as a thing? Like what if he that's just not him? Does that make him less masculine? Because
What? This is not about man being masculine.
they're-
I'm trying to figure out.
They're talking about like relationships.
I'm
so
trying to
it's, like,
figure.
woman
Okay,
between
so
a man,
I'm
and
trying to
then
figure
you're
out
talking about
in a
man.
relationship when the man does not argue, does that make him less masculine? And is it okay for the woman to be more
Well,
masculine now because
technically, I
he
mean,
doesn't?
if the
he
woman's
doesn't
arguing
argue.
and he's not,
Like, what if
then-
that balances the relationship? Now, is it wrong because she's masculine? Like, that's what I'm trying to ask. Like,
Yeah, I
let's
think it's
clarify
on
that.
the
Well, I just think in a general sense of things, men do not want a woman with masculine traits because they are heterosexual.
I mean,
what
they're
about
just
the ones
clash.
that
I mean,
do?
you're just
Opposite.
gonna end up clashing.
what about the ones that
Let
do?
him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
I said in a general statement, in a general sense. The majority of men are looking for women with feminine traits because that's the opposite of what men are.
I understand that, but what I'm asking is, what about the men that are
Are what?
looking for the masculine women? What's so wrong with women being masculine to
Because
the
again,
one?
you let me answer before you go down. Okay.
All right.
I get in a general sense of thing. The majority of men are looking for feminine women.
Where's
with
the
feminine
statistics
traits.
on this?
Right.
What majority is this?
Where do you
Everyone
want
in
to
this
start?
room.
Like, I want to know.
Where's the majority of men looking for masculine women?
You know,
I
what?
don't- I
Here,
never
this is how
said
you
that. I
refute
don't
her,
know.
her argument. Okay, let's say there are men out there looking for masculine women. Do you want those niggas? Do you want those guys that will sit there and let the woman be the leader and be the provider
And you gotta
and
pay?
be the decision maker? Do you want that guy? No? Do you want that guy?
I don't know.
That's going to let you
Honestly, I
be the
don't know.
leader and you're going to be the boss of making the decisions? You want that guy? Do you want that
Like
guy?
at times
I
it
want it
should
to be
be.
a shared
But they want to
I feel
run
like
their
at
mouth
times it
for the
should be.
fucking
Do
small.
you want that guy that's going to let you be the boss and tell him what to do?
I like a provider.
Okay. What about you? What about you?
Not you just.
Do you want a guy that, okay. What about you?
Finished.
What about you?
I feel like at times it should be.
Real quick though.
I feel like
hold
at
on.
times it should.
So look, so you don't even want that guy. None of the girls on the panel want that guy.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I feel like it should be an equal thing in a relationship. At times, it should be okay for your woman to speak up, and it should not be a problem. It should not make her disagreeable because she's speaking up. I feel like it should be
Where
an
are we saying
understanding.
Well, I
women
think
should never
that's
speak
okay,
up?
though.
Okay, I can
mean,
say something,
Yeah, it doesn't mean she
from-
can at all.
I could say something what I've been told too. Like we have a very very right strategy of feminine and masculine when I raised, right? And woman is the neck, and man is the head. It's not necessarily to yell to prove your point. You have to be just very wise. Stand next to him, inspire and guide him, and he going to listen because you're a woman and you are the one who giving the energy, who providing, and he needs you most of all. But you need to understand that because that's a balance, and men
Balance,
and
thank
women
you.
need it,
That is what I'm.
and
that
that's
is what
why
I'm,
that balance have to be right. Because if you're gonna come as masculine, you're going to kill his man inside of him, and he will just step away and find somebody who's going to nurture his masculine.
And
that's
that's
what
the
I'm trying to say.
passport bro movement.
There you go.
Fucking point.
I agree with the
and
balance.
it's not
thing.
like everybody
That's
can
what
be
I'm trying to say.
what you want to be.
Right.
for-
It's literally
just,
not what she was
It's
saying.
just a thin line in the United States because here it's all about money.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
go on to date, you're already expecting
Like,
something for each
damn.
other.
And
we
that's
don't
what I
have
was
that.
saying.
We
might have
don't
lost-
have that. We're
you
going
might
to
have
date
lost-
months, and we're not going to have any intimacy.
You might have lost the war, but you won the debate. Okay. But you get what she's saying? You get what she's saying?
Yeah, of course.
Makes sense?
Can I say something
Fresh. No, you
real quick? Because I had asked, like, what is the issue
Oh, I
with
just got
that?
the joke.
Because it could be the conditioning in the U.S. of why women are this way because of the way that you said the culture. It's the culture.
It is the culture.
But how do we rectify that? Like, do we just all flee the country
Right,
and
what
find
is the
someone
solution?
else? Like we need to
No,
find a
because
solution.
nobody wants you abroad either.
Damn.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to change
American
it.
men are in demand
Okay, yeah.
around the fucking
No,
world.
this is just a let's shit on
listen.
Nobody
Hold on,
wants
I'm
you
gonna make a
abroad.
clarification right
People
now.
love a
Nobody
dominant
wants
man.
me
so
around.
it's
I know
like
you're
towards
emotional, and
them.
you just calm down for a second,
not
okay?
emotional.
You're very emotional.
No, I'm talking to you very direct.
But
You need to calm
there
down.
are
You don't know how to have a
passport-
conversation
Relax.
with somebody without telling
Relax,
somebody
relax.
things like this.
Look, conversation 101. When someone's talking, you don't talk. I was talking, you're cutting me off.
I
Be
was
quiet.
talking and you
Chris,
cut
you
me
can turn off her
off.
mic if you want.
I was talking and you cut me off.
But there are passport bros and there are passport hoes. And that's the difference. That's girls who go overseas.
Dubai.
Yeah, the whole premise of this show is not to make fun of me and the fact that I went to Dubai. You can go ahead, John.
He said that. I wasn't talking about that in
Okay,
general.
Dubai. I went to Dubai. John, continue.
But
what
the
else
point
about
I'm trying
me?
to
I'm a
make is
whore.
that
I'm a Western whore. Let's go on. Let's continue.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about you right now.
yeah, no one's even talking about you
Okay,
like
well,
that.
you were a second ago.
I'm saying that
I was.
there is a
You were.
general movement of men exodusing from the United States because they are demanded abroad, and women are not.
Okay, that's
American
fine.
women are not.
That's fine. This is conversation one-on-one, and I'm able to have a conversation, so you don't have to try me.
Thank you. So what
I
is the
appreciate
solution?
I
I
like
don't know,
going
man.
overseas and
I'm
finding
thinking
guys.
passive aggressive.
Because honestly, I want to be disagreeable, so I want to know what's the
I think
solution.
you sound like a
because
bitch.
Yeah, well, you know what?
femininity,
You look like
yeah.
a bitch. All right? The braids,
man.
I love London. Come on, man. That's 2014.
I'm not even gonna tell you what you look
Oh,
like.
yeah, well, you know what? I know we look like a cum bucket. Damn! A cum bucket, bro. And Dubai and porta potties.
respecting each other.
guys.
Porta potty,
Guys.
cum bucket. Is
You
this
are
what you
porta
invite
potty.
women on
Yeah.
your show to do?
Yeah.
You invited me to come on your show to call me a cum bucket.
All right, Myron. All
Chris,
right.
man.
For you, Myron. Cum bucket.
Yeah.
Actually, me, I survived the war. I came here alone, and my masculine was very, very active when I came here because I was survivor, and I forgot how to be woman. So I already learned myself from the
Yeah.
beginning. And next to my man, I realized, hey, here I need just to calm down. Here I need to step away. Here I need him to be like, you know, more stronger.
Oh,
Well, can I be honest about
that just made me
something?
think of a question.
And the psychology also, it's all in open researches. Go and check about relationships, everything. I was learning again and again because we all come to each other to teach.
Do you guys feel like
You were going to say something. Well, this girl was going to say something.
I was just gonna say there are some men that they don't understand what true masculinity is. So sometimes they force it on a woman, let's say, and then we kind of like we have to force ourselves on them because it's just it's fucking rude.
Because they don't know how to lead. Right?
Right, but like that's not all men. I mean, some men know how to be masculine, and then we know how to be, you know, more feminine. And then the traditional roles come out to play, which some people
That
don't
was
like tradition.
actually-
I mean, I think it's the younger people that don't really appreciate traditions much. Which I mean, everyone evolves. Goddamn.
Someone else have something?
That's what I was actually gonna. I was gonna ask, like, does a woman's masculinity corresponds with how a man treats her?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
component too. Yeah.
100%.
But if
Mainly
you just,
why a man
but
leaves or
there's women
cheats.
that just naturally exude masculine energy, and girls that exude natural masculine energy are just less attractive to men. Especially guys. The more masculine a guy is, the more he's able to detect that energy from a female and be like, you know what? Nah, I'm good, man. Because
Pump and dump.
it's just not. Yeah, you just have sex
Pump and
with her
dump
and
at
throws her
best.
to the side of the road because we don't want to deal with those girls, man. Like, I don't think you guys understand that a man's life is a lot harder than a woman's life in 2024, especially. We have to. You don't agree? You disagree?
Hell no.
Okay, real quick. Okay, how many of you? How many of you think? Who do you think? How many of you think that women live a harder life than men in 2024? Raise your hands. You think women
I
do?
don't know.
Okay, who else does?
I don't know.
I don't want to compare it. I
Okay.
don't.
Well, let me tell you why. So, men live a way harder life than women, and the reason why is because men must earn their value. When I'm 18 years old, I'm a fucking nobody. Nobody cares about me. I need to go to get an education. I need to earn some money. I need to build up my status. I need to go to the gym and build up my body. Everything that makes me attractive needs to be earned. I need to get competence. I need to get worldly. I need to be able to have good conversations. That all takes time. Girl turns 18. She could be on a boat with a millionaire. So women are born with their value and men are simply not. So you're telling me an 18-year-old girl can't be around a millionaire?
I feel like at the same. I feel like yes and no to the same. Like you. A woman
just
has
finish
to
my
work
thought.
on their body.
Let me
A
finish my
woman has
thought.
the same thing that you're saying about being 18 and doing all this stuff. A woman has to do the same thing.
Let me finish my
Keep
thought.
it their look.
There are fat girls
let me
getting
finish my
fucking
thought.
fucked all the
Let me
time.
finish my thought.
More
What
than
I'm
there are
try-
fat
what I-
guys getting
because
fucked.
the whole statement I'm trying to make is that men have to work a lot harder in life than women do to get the same dating benefits or get opportunities given to them, right? So since men have to live a much harder life than women do, right, and we have to go out there and earn it, once we actually become attractive and we have the ability to attract a woman, why would we want to sit there and fight a woman? We have to fight the world to get to where we're at in the first place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the last thing I want to do after working all day and like going out there and competing with other men that are masculine is now I have to go and compete with my girl when I get home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's
That's a
but
headache.
It's harder for women on a different scale though.
How's it harder for women? Go ahead.
As far as like